Hi, and welcome to Redefine Gamedev. My name is Adrian and I want to ask you a question. Have you ever thought why some games, despite being really polished, they are still not fun to play? Well, in this video we'll address this question, and I also want to kickstart a small devlog that I'm gonna make. So there is this struggle between either a game having awesome graphics or awesome gameplay, which is most important. Well, I'm here to tell you that while they're both important, the most important part of a game is the game feel, which I've become interested in lately, and I shared some tips from the book with the same name. A video of this comes up right now. The devlog structure is simple. In each episode, we will delve into a problem that game developers face when creating a game. We will see how can we improve it in terms of game polishing to make a really fun experience for the player. If you want to get notified when the next episode comes up, you should subscribe to my channel and also enable notifications to be the first to know. The game theme is simple: zombie survival. It took me like 1 second to figure that out. I've used a lot of free assets from Unity Asset Store because the main focus is also making the game fun, not making the content for the game. And in the first iteration, I quickly implemented the mechanics, which are the player's ability to move the turret, the player's ability to fire the turret, zombies coming out to the player, and the player being able to kill them with the turret. So this is the main gameplay, plain and simple. In the current episode, we will dive deeper into how to make the turret fun. In order to start that, I created a simple prototype scene, which will allow us to spend less time making changes and clicking the play button to see them. As you can see, the fire is being made, but it's not in any way noticeable except the debug line which says fire in the console, which is not what we want. Of course, this can be improved. And the question appears, how can we improve it? How can we polish it? Well, one simple way to do it would be to take cues from the real world. And let's take a weapon, for example. What does a weapon have? Of course, when a weapon gets fired, it has a muzzle flash, something bright that appears from the burned gunpowder at the tip of the weapon. Then the bullet comes out, or the same time, and the force that propagates the bullet forward also is felt backwards as recoil, as we call it. Some bullets are tracer bullets. What that means is that they leave a trace behind. They're usually used in the night for the person firing to actually see where the trajectory is. This can definitely be our starting point. So putting up the Muzzleflash, which I found in a really nice and free package, also appearing right now, we can see that the player clearly knows when the gun is fired. Now we can spice this up by putting a small light, which will make a dark environment really lit up when the gun is fired as well. Next is the recoil. And for the recoil, I used another package called Do Twin, which allows me to set transitions between different positions. Remember that to make a game nice, we need smoothness, so this is really important. So by adding smoothness and transition from when the gun is fired to move a little back and then forward, and also this can be improved by changing the final position of the weapon so that every time that a fire is made, that the weapon doesn't recoil to the same exact position. In real life, a weapon cannot fire indefinitely. It has to stop at some point. There are two ways how we can achieve this, either by overheating, or the second one by running out of bullets and having the need to reload the weapon. In practice, they kind of have the same implementation, but I chose the reload functionality. So with that said, I implemented the simple reload functionality and also some bullet information. And as you can see, when the player runs out of bullets, a nice smoke comes from the weapon to indicate that. Also, the player needs to move when the turret moves. So in order to achieve this, I decoupled the camera from the turret so we can sync it separately to add smoothness to it. It's really important to smooth everything. So this is the final result up until this point. We will take a second to compare it to the initial one so you can clearly see the difference. In the next vlog episode, we will delve deeper into how we can kill the zombies in a satisfying way. If you want to be informed when the next episode comes out, then you should consider subscribing to my channel and also enable notifications to be among the first to know.